Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone and the time you'll be watching this lesson. We are on the 36th entry of our book, Dear Mama, by KINYANJUI KOMBANI. And of course, I know today is a day for demonstration, 25th of June 2026. So we are looking at entry 36 from page 122 to 124. So welcome and feel part of us. So let's start from page 122. KOMBANI writes this entry on 28th June 2020. Dear Mama, the year 2006 brought its share of wins and losses. Much of the year was spent planning our wedding. My Mall Academy schoolmates were supportive in a big way. Beethoven handled logistics planning. Oluoch spearheaded the fundraising activities. We were all in the infancy of our careers and did not have much. Often, during the planning meetings, Oluoch contributed everything he had, and we had to give him fare home. T.A. could not make it to the wedding due to ill health. She had even stopped operating the green grocery kiosk as she took time off to recover. A month before, Chris and I traveled to Narok to see her in her place. She requested that her son, Steve, be part of the bridal party. The wedding was held in the garden in Kilimani. I wish you were there, Mother. It was a momentous occasion for the extended family. Delegations arrived from Narok, Njoro, and Elbagon. I even invited your close friends, Mama Nyangi and Mama Maura. So alongside Mr. Mbugwa, I had no shortage of mothers to represent you. Father Lance Nadu, the chaplain of Kenyatta University and a friend of ours, officiated the wedding. You should have heard Auntie Njoki, who has never been known to hold back her thoughts, telling people how beautiful it was. Rachel, one of my college mates from KU, had called me earlier on. She was working on Longhorn Publishers, and they had tasked her with the sourcing manuscripts for the new series of HIV and AIDS for various African markets. After the wedding, she called again to check on the progress, and I told her that I had started working on it. The truth was that I was struggling and had not even come up with the plot. While writing Wangari Maathai, I discovered that writing for children was much harder than writing for adults. One night, a week after the wedding, I was sleepless, staring at the ceiling, tossing and turning. I tried unsuccessfully to fight the heaviness on my chest. I did not need to read Auntie Jen's message. When it came in the morning, I knew. Sorry to let you know, our tea has gone to be with the Lord. I was angry with myself for a long time. Auntie Jen had told me that the hospital did not have a drug we needed to buy for TA, and that it cost 6,000 shillings. I told her I would send it after getting paid at the end of the month, as I had exhausted all my savings on the wedding. As we went through the funeral preparations, I criticized myself. What purpose did I serve on this earth, and why did I even have a job if I could not raise 6,000 shillings to save my sister? When I resumed work after the burial, Rachel texted me. She was getting worried about the writing progress. She had tried to call me before the burial and had not responded. I told her I had finished writing and only needed to send it once I returned to the city. It was a lie. I had even forgotten about it. Please do not disappoint me, she wrote. I have told my boss that you are the best writer. The words hit me hard. One thing I know about you, T.A., and our whole family, is that we always give our best. I had not given my best. I felt a strong force urging me to pick up pen and paper. I did not have any foolscap with me, but the urge was so strong that I pulled out printing paper for the printing tray. It was Saturday and we were working half day. I started writing and did not stop until I had the story ready. I only remember the operations manager standing in front of me that evening saying we have to close the branch. When I typed the story and sent it to Rachel the following Monday, she responded shortly after with, "This is good, exactly what we needed." To this day, I cannot remember writing most of the words in "We Can Be Friends." I vaguely remember the story was about a group of children in the children's home who start out fighting, but over the course of the story, they realize that they have much in common. Your loving son, Kombani. So, of course, the synopsis of this entry is the fact that Kombani actually has a wedding organized by friends and it goes on successfully. There is also the death of the sister, T.A., which makes him feel so sad. Those are reflection moments. And the last bit of it is that he manages to write a book after long pressing from Rachel. For synopsis, we see that the year begins, that is 2006, and he spends time planning for the wedding. He gets the support of Olwatch, a friend, and we have Beth Vaughan, among others. Of course, we also see that T.A. is unwell and only sends the son to attend the wedding. We realize that Steve is part of the bridal party, that is the son to the sister T.A. Now, the wedding is held at Kilimani, and we see a lot of friends from Narok, Elbagon, Njoro coming. We also see close friends such as Mama Manyagi, Mama Mwaura attending, and Miss Mbugwa. Then we realize the officiation is done by Father Lenz Nadu from KU team. Rachel, who is a fellow schoolmate or college mate to Kombani, is now working with Longhorn and asks Kombani to finish the book so that it is published. As we go further, we realize that Kombani is very angry for not having been able to raise money to buy drugs worth 6,000 and save the life of the sister. Now, after burial, he actually gets a day off, or rather half a day, that helps him write a whole book. Now, when we come back to characterization, we start with Kombani as loving, the way he ends his letter with "Your loving son, Kombani" on page 124. We also see how loving and concerned he is, especially when it comes to the sister. He tells us on page 122 that they had gone to visit the sister some days ago before the wedding. She had urged them to actually have the son attend the wedding and be part of the bridal party. We also see on page 123, Kombani actually really disappointed that he was unable to help the sister to have some healing or buy medicine. Then we can get the second character trait of Kombani as being sociable. The wedding is organized, or rather dominated, by friends from Olwatch to we have Beth Vaughan, to Father Lance, whom he calls a friend, among many others. We also realize that he is hardworking, or rather devoted, even though at first he had laxed because of the lapse for wedding organizations. So when Rachel presses him, he actually decides to write the book in one day, and he manages to do so. And when it's written, it is supported by the Longhorn. We actually realize that at some point, I don't know whether it was pessimism or what exactly, when he was not writing at all, and when he actually criticizes himself for not managing to do what he got to do. The friends to Kombani are supportive, from Olwatch to Beth Vaughan to Father Lance, all of them, Mama Manyagi, Mama Mwaura, Miss Mbugwa, very supportive to Kombani, and they make his wedding successful. When it comes to thematic concerns, we have the theme of marriage, because the wedding happens, a very big wedding supported by lots of friends. We have the aspect of family coexistence, because we see families from Narok, Njoro, Elbagon, and close friends attending the wedding of Kombani. We also see creativity as Rachel presses for Kombani to write a book, and indeed on page 124, he sits down, writes her whole book, and we see him recalling that in We Can Be Friends, he focuses on children in a children home and how they can work together. We see fate, the death of TA, and pain out of it, because it actually makes Kombani very sad, and even blames himself for not having helped the sister. When it comes to styles, we have epistolary mode. The writing is in letter form. Then we see some in-text inscription. Sorry to let you know our TA has gone to the Lord. We also see, can we say this, because it's a message, or we can consider that a direct address. Please do not disappoint me. I have told my boss that you are the best writer. Then when we look at page 124, it's ironical that Kombani has not managed to write for that long. Yet when he sits down, he writes half a day and finishes. It is also ironical that TA dies because there's no money to buy medicine, and it's not like Kombani refused to buy it, yet he blames himself for whatever happens. The other irony we see is that the wedding is actually contributed for by Oluoch. Until the end, they have to give him fare back home. So I think those are the aspects we can discuss. Thank you so much. Let's hope we continue learning. I still appreciate those who are subscribing to the channel. Let's keep it real. Bye-bye.